Check 1 2, check 1 2. Hello everybody, welcome back to another Vadrine video. This one was not as promised, but this is going to be the top 5 TV shows of 2023. It was a good year for TV. I didn't check into all that many shows. My movies, I've seen more. But here are some of my favorite shows, the top 5 in fact. Let me get into it. First, let's get into honorable mentions. There are 2 shows that made the list. One, I couldn't put it in my list because there's been 45 seasons. That's right, honorable mention is Survivor. Survivor season 45. I thought it was my favorite season since Winners at War. A lot of great plays, a lot of fun moments. And I know people say, how do you still watch this show? I've only been checking it out for a couple years now, so it's still exciting to me to see all the moments that happen and the things that they come up with. Another honorable mention. This one faltered off at the end, but the beginning was so encapsulating that I just had to put it on the list. And that's one is going to be The Consultant. You can check it out on Prime Video. It's with Christopher Waltz, among another couple actors and actresses. But this show just had me gripped right at the start. A consultant comes in to fix a company, but it's just very sketchy. Christopher Waltz does an amazing job as the consultant, and I thought it was a phenomenal show. Let's get into it. Number 5, that's going to be Jury Duty.
I knew this was going to happen. I actually called out specifically what was going to happen. Plaintiff was going to make a closing statement. Something crazy was going to happen. We adjourned for the day. Here we are.
How are you that psychic?
Because this happens every day, Barb. There has not been a single day that we've had that's just been smooth. There's always something crazy that comes up. This literally feels like reality TV.
But the only one that really comes to mind is Ronald Gladden. He is put in a jury duty to think it's real when it's all made up and just to get a show around how someone would react to the intense things that happens in the courtroom. I thought this was a phenomenal show. You could check it out on Prime Video. On IMDb, it's an 8.2 out of 10. I'm going to give it an 8.15 out of 10. I thought it was a great show, really fun watch. Only 8 episodes, really easy to binge or watch in a couple weeks, however you want to do it. Number 4, that's going to be Loki.
How was I supposed to know? Can't see into the future. I'm not a witch.
No? Why'd you dress like one?
Loki Season 2. I thought it was an amazing show. It's on Disney Plus if you want to check it out. Let me break it down a little bit. So Loki is a supervillain, and they make a show about him. And he's a really kind of a douche, but he has a redemptive arc in this show. It's directed by Kate Huron, and Tom Hiddleston is Loki. As well in it is Owen Wilson and Sophia DiMartino. I thought it was another great show. That's why it's in the list. I'm going to give it an 8.34 out of 10. It was a fun, exciting, every week I was tuned in and I was locked in to watch this show. Number 3. This is going to feature a little bit higher than some might think, but Succession.
Check it. Born on the North Bank, king of the East Side, 50 years strong. Now he's rolling in a sick rod, handmade suits, raking in loot. 5-star general, y'all best salute.
Succession was an amazing show. It shows the Roy family and their escapades in climbing the ladder of their family company. The company's worth billions of dollars, is a conglomerate and owns a bunch of different media, cruise lines, a bunch of different things. And it was an amazing show. I was locked in every week. Some of the actors in it are Sarah Snook, Brian Cox, Jeremy Strong does an amazing job in acting as this. The Macaulay Culkin's brother, I forget his name. Can't think of it. Roman? No, that was the name in the show. But anyways, you could check it out on Max. Really just awful family and their inner workings, but really has you locked in when you're watching it. And I'm going to give this show an 8.9 out of 10. I thought it was phenomenal. Succession is number 3. Number 2 is going to be Ted Lasso.
You listen to me! You play like that next week, you can kiss the trophy goodbye, because today, you all played like a bunch of little pricks! You hear me?
Yes, Coach!
Ted Lasso is on Apple TV. It's directed by Declan Lowney. And it features a cast of Jason Sudeikis, Hannah Waddingham, Juno Temple, and Brett Goldstein, among others. Brett Goldstein has taken off, it seems like. He's been featured in a lot of different things. And I thought it was a phenomenal show. You don't have to be a soccer fan to like this show, but it is a soccer show. It features a team in the Premier League, and they're kind of working with each other as a team. There's a lot of really good character moments here. And if you're an athlete at all, or if you've been part of a team, you know, maybe at work or anything, it's just a fun show to watch. Easy to turn on. Definitely pretty family friendly. There's some moments that you know, you might have to look out for, but I would say most of the time it's pretty family friendly. And it was sad saying goodbye to these characters, as I know this might be the last time that they're together. But Jason Sudeikis puts on a hell of an act as Ted Lasso, and I think you should check it out. Apple TV. And number one, the show I was tuned into most, looked forward to most every week, talked with friends about it, watched it as friends, family. We all checked in on the finale night of this show. It was just amazing. And that one is going to be White Lotus. White Lotus Season 2 is my top show of 2023. It's directed by Mike White. It's on Max, and I'm going to give it a 9.41 out of 10. It's featuring actors like Aubrey Plaza, Jennifer Coolidge, Megan Fahey, and Theo James. And as well, Christopher from The Sopranos is in this show in Season 2. It just features a couple romantic relationships and kind of how they falter. It really gets into kind of a mystery, and a mystery is featured at the beginning of the show. That's how they started both seasons now. But Mike White behind the director's chair is a thing of beauty. This show was an amazing show, and I highly recommend it. So those are my top 5, guys. Thanks for checking this one out. Hopefully top 10 is coming out soon of movies. You could check that out shortly, but this was an easier list to come up with. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye to you all. Love you. Thanks for checking this out. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Sometimes I look up to the sky. I lost my boy. Why I lost a couple members. My niggas riding if you run it, wonder.